Hi crafty people. I was just preparing some mini albums to create with, and this one is an 8x10, and this one I still have the clothespins holding it together. This is an 8x8, and I'm getting ready to do this one, which is 5.5 by 8.5, and I thought I would show you what I do. Let me so I'm going to try to do this. What I do is I decide how much I want my gusset, and I think because it's a small album, I'm going to go 3/4. So I'll go along and I'll cut it 3/4 all along. And just so you know, this is the area that I'm going to put where my fold is going to go. So that's why this is the width that it is. This is the 5.5. I don't know if that made any sense whatsoever. Hopefully it did. Okay, so hopefully you can see, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut at every third section. So I can't show you that because my paper cutter's over there, but I'm going to cut it real quick and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got all my pieces cut out, and I'm just going to take them and fold them all like this. So just hold them on that score line. Until you have them all like that. Okay? I'm going to prepare for my next segment, and then I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So you have all your pieces. Oh, there we go. You have all your pieces like this that are ready to go. Now, this right here is called a Tyvek, and it's actually an envelope. I bought it online. I think you can search it on eBay. And what I'm going to do is score these. I cut these all ready to go. And then you're going to score them just like you scored your other ones. With the same gusset as you have on your paper hinge, and then you're going to glue that into your paper so that when your album is being used, it's more durable. So I'm going to come back after I do that and show you the next process. Okay guys, I'm back. I hope this is all in frame. I tried to set this up so that it would be. So let me start showing you what I'm going to do. I got all my pieces with my Tyvek glued in. Okay, so I will tell you that I use lightweight chipboard for my pages, and I use heavyweight chipboard for my my covers. So I'm just going to use my fabric tack, and I'm going to glue my piece onto there. So, and then I like to push it up against something so that I know that it's completely even. Alright, now I'm going to glue another one right onto there and push it really good so you're sure that it's smooth and even. And then I take my clothespins and I clothespin those on there while I keep going. So I'm going to glue another piece of chipboard, like I said, my lightweight chipboard. And I don't know who's, this isn't anybody's specifics binding. I've watched a million tutorials on binding, and I just kind of tweaked it to what works best for me. So I just keep adding and adding, and I want to make sure I'm completely even because that's super important. And I really like to use this fabric tack glue because it does not wrinkle. It's not too wet, it's more tacky, just like it says, fabric tack. So that's what I use for my wet adhesive. And most people don't, I don't think, use wet adhesive for this part, but I personally prefer it, because it's more forgiving. If you make a mistake, you can lift it up, whereas if you've got score tape on it, you can pretty much forget it. It's going to rip stuff all apart. If you have to take it apart. Okay, there is my last inner pieces. This is the first time I am doing a slightly larger outside my heavyweight chipboard. I did it 1/4 of an inch bigger, and I've seen lots of people do that, and I had never done it before, but I decided to do it this time. Kind of looks a little more like a book. So on this piece here, I want to be sure that I've got it even, the distance from out that's going to be outside. So there's that. And then what I want to show you is I take another piece of the Tyvek envelope. Oh, I can't do that yet. I can't do that yet. I'll have to show you that later. All right, let me put my last piece on. And I really hope I'm in frame. Really hope I'm in frame. Okay, so there's my last one. Okay, so there we go. You can see how flat and even that is. How my clothespins are holding everything together so that it gets time to the wet adhesive to dry. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to measure. So this is 4 inches. I'm going to cut a piece of chipboard 4 inches across and 5 1/4. So I'll be back to share that with you. Okay, so I went ahead and I cut my chipboard to fit here for my binding. And what I'm going to do is use my wet adhesive. Just really cover that good. Very important. That is covered completely. Okay. So then I'm going to fit that right on there. And I'm going to push down on that on each one of my gussets to really get that adhered well. And I could pretty much take all these clothespins off by now. Just really push that down. Okay, so there you go. You can see how everything's protected in there, and it's going to give this mini album a lot longer life. What we're also going to do now is we're going to take 2 more pieces of the Tyvek that are cut properly to fit here and scored, and we're going to glue them on our binding so that too is protected for the life of this album. So you want to make sure your score line meets exactly where your album folds. So there we go. And I'm going to put my clothespins back on those 2 areas so that that has time to set. And I can even put 2 more on there. while I do this one here. It's kind of easier to put it on the There we go. And there we are, we're done. We just have to let it set and it is finished. So let me show you on this 8x8 how it looks all finished up. And now I'm going to go spray paint. Sometimes it gets a little bit stiff and you want to just so I'm going to go spray paint this one, which is my 8x8, and this one is my 8x10, and I'm going to go do that. Then I can start papering. I will tell you on the 8x8, I'm going to use this. So excited. And the smaller one, my 5.5 by 8.5, is going to be a Halloween album. And my large album is going to be a wedding album. I'm going to be doing another large Halloween album coming up very soon. So I'm just waiting for the papers to come on that. That's a custom order. So, Brittany, I'm excited. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that helped.